This podcast is brought to you in part by ChoiceRealtyConnect.com. Whether you're buying or selling a home, condo, or any type of property, trust Amanda to help match you with up to 3 top agents in your area. ChoiceRealtyConnect.com. Hey, all you rock stars from Washington, D.C. This is the Rock and Money Podcast, episode 162. It's time to talk about your saving, investing, and protecting all your hard-earned monies. We're here to coach you along that path to retirement and financial independence. I'm Craig, your master financial coach, along with Amanda. She is a corporate in-house lawyer and real estate referral agent, and we're grateful you've joined us. Check us out on Facebook.com/rockonthemoney or the website at rockonthemoney.com. Hey. Did you see the thing about the Big Mac has been up 40%? The last 10 years. Everyone's now an inflation expert now. So
I know. I also haven't had a Big Mac in at least that amount of time.
Yeah, I don't eat all that stuff. But I mean, eating out has gotten expensive. It's getting more and more expensive. Yeah. Well, everyone got a raise to $15 an hour, right? I mean, someone's got to pay for it. So, cost of goods and transport, things have not calmed down since COVID. So it's going to take a while for industries to get caught up and get employment. Employment's looking great. So a lot of people have money. I think things are going to be good. Stock market is making people nervous. Relax, everybody. Everything will calm down. It's like everything's vibrating like an earthquake. Let it calm down. It's going to take a year or two to relax. And of course, we have international things going on as well. It's like, hey, you thought 19, 20, 21 were great. I give you 2022. Hey, we got 4 great questions. These are great ones.
How about we jump into the first one here?
Go ahead, jump in.
So this one says, my tax refund check is about $20,000.
Your head hurts already, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's crazy. I will use $1,000 to contribute to my emergency fund. With the rest, should I apply it towards another savings account after I pay off my debt? What type of savings account? We didn't file for 3 years. I have one son. My husband and I filed jointly. I do not work. I did not know it was bad to get a huge tax refund. So in terms of debt, we have phones, Best Buy, Capital One. We own both vehicles and rent a house. We have the option to private purchase with a $4,100 down payment. Total house with down payment is $35,000. So that seems like a deal.
Yeah, I'm like, what kind of house is that? That's not one of those tiny houses.
Sounds like a shack in the Appalachians.
I don't know what. It's nowhere around Washington, D.C. I can tell you that right now. I didn't even buy a car.
Okay. So one, that's an absurd amount of a tax refund. You definitely, it's not unusual to be off a little bit on your estimated taxes, but that's more than just off. It could be that it's 3 years worth of refunds because they hadn't filed for 3 years, Craig.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still, even if you divide by 3, that's, between $6,000 and $7,000 a year. It's still way too much. So there's that. The $1,000 to your emergency fund sounds perfect. As we talked about in our last episode, $1,000 is your baby emergency fund. Get rid of this silly debt here.
Yeah, what the heck?
It makes me, it's crazy stupid that you have $20,000 in cash in your hand and you have phones that are
they keep buying iPhones or something.
Phones.
Yeah, financing phones at Best Buy.
One of my biggest
One.
pet peeves is financed phones.
Oh, yeah.
Best Buy, I don't know what you're buying at Best Buy, but you shouldn't have it. You shouldn't be going into debt for a television. Capital One, that's a credit card. So get rid of that. Clear them completely out and get rid of those options. If you own both vehicles, that's great. I don't know. Some people say they own vehicles, but they still have loans on them. So
I know.
Yeah. Make sure that those car payments, that you have 0 car payments, that your vehicles are completely paid for and you are the sole title owner and there's no lien on them. The private purchase of a house, get a lawyer to look at the contract because this just sounds fishy to me. Make sure you're reading every single word in that contract because I've seen some shady things happen that people put all this money in and then have no house at the end. So,
and you're the lawyer and real estate referral agent.
Yeah, I'm not licensed. I don't practice in real estate law wise, but I've seen enough of these to say my spidey sense is saying something's wrong with this situation.
Yeah.
Also, if something sounds too good to be true, it almost always is.
Yeah. Bottom line is they got that $20,000.
Yeah, spend some of that $20,000 to have a lawyer review your contract.
Yeah. But
that will be money well spent, I promise you.
But also, baby step 2, pay off all his debt. Do that snowball. We just did a podcast last week, Amanda, about the baby step 2 and how to do that snowball.
Yeah. And the other thing I didn't hear is also putting together a fully funded emergency fund after the debt's gone.
There you go. So we're not even up to the house part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back to last week's episode, listen to that, and then come back to us if you still have a question.
There you go. And we're going to refer back to that episode. And I'm going to chop that thing down so it's just that. And we're going to reference that a lot.
Yeah,
I'll actually put in the show notes over there.
Episode 161. Burn it in your brain.
There you go.
All right. Question 2. How are you all dealing with inflation's impact on your living expenses? This is throwing a wrench in my budget. Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm definitely not eating out as much because that has gotten out of control.
It has. Yeah.
I'm not going to pay $30 for a pizza anymore. I'm not doing that. I mean, unless I really want to. Well, I love pizza, but things have gotten expensive out there. And I need gasoline for a car. Some things I can control, and I can afford it. But why? Just because you can afford it doesn't mean I should. How about you? Grocery store is crazy.
This is one of those things where you just have to get more serious about your budgeting and about seeking out opportunities for savings. So I know it was quite some time ago, but I've talked in the past about apps like Ibotta, where you select in advance of your grocery shopping trip items that are on your list to buy, and then you get some cash back. And it's maybe like 25 cents back here and there, 10 cents here and there, but it adds up. I mean, in the last couple of years, I've cashed out like $350.
Wow.
And it's, obviously be careful that you're not buying things just because you get cash back on them, because it doesn't mean you're getting a better price then. But if you're buying things anyway, why not get cash back on them? And you can double up on things like that and other. Maybe you have a savings program with that grocery store, or you have a savings program with a grocery store that also has fuel pumps, and they'll give you a few cents off per gallon based on, your grocery savings.
Yeah.
So this is your opportunity to look at what's out there in terms of doubling up on savings or rewards programs. I use the ExxonMobil gas app. So I don't have a credit card with them or anything, because I know people are like, oh yeah, you get money off if you have the gas card. I don't have that card or anything, but I just have the gas app. A couple of benefits with this. When I pull into ExxonMobil, I pull up my app and I say pay for gas, and my credit cards are loaded in the app, so I don't have to scan them in a pump, which notoriously they find all the time that there are card reading skimmers on gas pumps.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. So you have such a risk of your card numbers being stolen when you scan your cards at gas pumps. So I don't do that anymore. I pay only through my app. So it'll be like authorized pay. I select what pump I'm at, and it authorizes it, and it's ready to pump. And then based on how much fuel I buy, I get cash back. So then every now and then I get a completely free tank of gas,
It's like a mini savings.
Yeah. So things like that. These are just a couple of examples, but
yep.
Is that going to solve everything? Absolutely not. So, budgeting is all about income versus expenses. So if you have more expenses than your income, then you have to either increase your income or reduce your expenses, or a combination of both.
Yeah. And what the last inflation number we have as of when we record this was 7.5%. I guarantee your employer did not give you 7.5% in the last few months.
Yeah.
So it's got to come from somewhere.
It's got to come from. So biggest thing is go back to your budgeting and work on perfecting your envelope system.
There you go. Mm-hmm. We'll have to reference back to that podcast as well. All right. We got 2 great questions coming up. One is talking about what in mutual funds to do in your retirement based on what Dave Ramsey says, and also about renting a home. Another one. We'll be back right after this. You listen to Rock and Money.
Hey there, rock stars. Amanda here with ChoiceRealtyConnect.com. Are you about to sell your home or excited to buy your first or next home? I'll be honored to help you find an expert to work with you in your local area. At ChoiceRealtyConnect.com, I'll help match you with up to 3 qualified licensed agents that specialize in your specific market. Choice Realty Connect serves every zip code in all 50 states with a network of 15,000 top-rated agents that are ranked within the top 5% for sales. Whether you're selling or looking for a condo, new construction, retreat, vacation property, or you're a first-time home buyer, let me connect you with the perfect top agent today. ChoiceRealtyConnect.com. The choice is yours.
Amanda Braun is a Florida licensed real estate with a brokerage Realty Connect.
Rockland, USA.
Welcome back to Rock on Money. Check us out on Facebook. And if you prefer to subscribe to our podcast on Facebook, if you're a really heavy Facebook user, go to Rock on the Money on Facebook, and right there on your mobile, it only works on your mobile phone. You can subscribe to our podcast right on Facebook. I would prefer you to use Spotify, but if you don't use a lot of people are brand new to podcast, Amanda, still. If you're not used that, you just use Facebook on time, it's right there now.
Right
and you
there.
get notified. And you listen to it right there on Facebook. It actually works pretty damn good.
So we're on like Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio.
Google, iHeartRadio. We're on every
Apple.
If there is a podcast out there, we're there. We are on every platform. So you can listen on your Alexa device in your house while you're cooking. Just tell Alexa to play the latest episode of Rock on Money. It comes up. Same with the Google Hub or whatever they call it. Google keeps changing their names, everything. I think it's called the Nest Hub now. But anyway, ask Google to do that. It works. So just say, play the latest episode of Rock on Money, and boom, right there. You get to look at Amanda, and I'm hiding behind her. I'm using her as the eye candy, guys. It's called marketing. Hey, question number 3.
Yeah. How about this? Is it better to invest in different funds or all in one fund to get the 4 different categories that Dave Ramsey advises?
Okay, I'm not going to say anything bad about Dave Ramsey. I don't do what Dave Ramsey says with investing. And I think pretty much the one fund that I don't like that he does, he's big into putting 25% into the international funds. I learned my lesson years ago to don't do international funds. For me, you do you. I don't like doing international, Amanda. Yeah. I am on the bandwagon, the big boys that do the S&P 500.
We don't even do 4 different funds. We generally just do the one. Or based on your 401k, 457, 403b of the funds you're allowed to do. We're not talking about IRAs. That's a different thing. But we're the ones, when you work at a location that has a 401k, they only give you 10, 30 different funds to pick from. Yeah. Like, well, what am I going to do? So we always coach you to pick the S&P 500 first, because that will give you a 70% shot at beating all the rest of them on that list. There may be a few on there that will outperform the S&P 500 on a short, medium, long-term basis. So those are the ones we want to seek out if you have them. Odds and then
are
you can do
don't.
like 50-50.
Yeah. And then 50-50 or even higher percentage in ones that are proven over long periods of time, like decades, beat the S&P 500. Yeah. And that's a rare circumstance, but they do exist. So that's what we do. I don't do international funds at all. Do you, Amanda?
No. Mm-mm. Well, I scratch that. I think I have some invested in a ETF, a technology ETF that's overseas.
Okay.
But
there you go.
But it's not a large percentage. It's maybe 5% of my portfolio.
There you go. But that's what we do. Now, Dave Ramsey, he does large cap growth, international. He does that thing. I think if you go with what we coach, we can beat that typically, and pretty much because the international has not done well at all.
Yeah, historically. And I think even Dave Ramsey's been moving away from suggesting international lately.
I've heard that. And you know why? Because he likes to promote you can get 12 to 14% by doing those 4 funds. That international has been killing that number.
Yeah.
And if you get rid of that, he's now back up to what we do, which the S&P 500 is the 500 best of America, which is his growth funds, stuff like that. And then he would be in that ballpark. But international is killing his spiel on that 25% thing.
Yep,
Yeah, he should get rid of that.
All right, question 4. What do y'all think I should do? We rent and started saving for a home for the future. Should we save separately for a home and our regular savings? So skip step 6 and start 7. Ooh. And what we save in step 7, we can use to buy a home.
I think they're talking about the baby steps here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We talked about that you could start saving for a home as step 3B.
3B.
I would put it in a separate account from your regular savings, though. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that's a terrific idea.
On short-term savings, we do not invest that money. If you're trying to save for a down payment, we do not want to put that in crypto or ETFs or stocks, and especially nowadays.
Just a plain Jane vanilla savings account.
You will make no money on this money. You need a place to put it securely, not under your mattress. It's it. Because in this stock market, you don't want any of this short-term money exposed to anything right now. Mm-hmm. Or ever. You never do that with short-term money, as people are learning right now. It's only for your house. And once you get to the amount you need or whatever your borrower requires, you're good to go.
Yeah. So it sounds like, I don't know what you mean by skip step 6. You don't have a step 6 if you don't currently have a mortgage to pay off.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they just want to keep renting. Because it says we rented and started saving for a home. So if you're renting, you don't want to own a home, you are baby step 7. But the problem with that is, Amanda, looking at the 30,000 foot level, is you're still paying rent, which is similar to a mortgage. So you're really not, you are debt free, but you have this big expense every month that will always loom over you. You don't own your home. I'm not saying you have to own a home.
I mean, Craig, even if you own a home, you have a large monthly expense that looms over you. It's called taxes and insurance. So
yeah. Yeah, it's easy to forget that. You never get away. No, everybody wants to.
No matter where you live, you're pouring money down the toilet every month.
Yeah. Roofs, your taxes, depending on where you live. Like I pay $6,200 a year in property taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do that, divide by 12, and there it is.
$500 a month.
Yeah. And then you throw everything else on that. Then you got to budget for a roof and all the other stuff that's going to happen. It's coming. So you can easily get to $1,000 a month you have to put away for your house, even if you own the house. And
if you live in a condo or a house that's in an HOA, those fees can be crazy high.
Yeah, mine are relatively low, $50 a month, but they keep coming up with ideas and you have no control over your HOA because they can come up, we're going to do a swimming pool. We're going to charge everybody this. And there it is. Live in a condo. They want to put a new roof on the building and they say, everybody has to pay $10,000.
Yeah.
That stuff happens that's why I don't own a beach place. That petrifies me. You have no control over that. You
don't go to the beach. So that's also why you don't have a beach place.
Wait a minute. I don't what?
You don't really go to the beach.
I love the beach. I don't have a real beach, though. Ocean St. Maryland is not the beach.
When was the last time you went to a beach?
Well, I didn't go during COVID.
Yeah. Or
I go to the beach all the time.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. It's only a couple hours away. I live in mid-Atlantic. How do I not go to the beach?
I don't know. I hardly go to the beach, and I live near a beach.
You're in Tampa. Yeah, you're in Tampa. Yeah, but our beaches are not like your beaches.
Yeah.
Ocean City is like, well, I don't want to offend anybody in the United States. It's. The regular viewers.
It doesn't live up to Clearwater, top 10 beach in the U.S. type beach.
No, it's. I always call it PG on the beach, but only locals around D.C. know what I'm talking about. They're laughing right now, except the people in PG County. No, our beach is not the same, but I mean, I can go there I can do a day trip to the beach. It's just not going to be that great. And the traffic is horrible getting there and back. So I blame the state for that. Anyway, that was a great review. And guys, please go listen to episode 161. We did a review of the baby steps, which all these questions that we do today are based on. We will take all these questions that you send us. Please send us more. But we apply them to the baby steps and add some realism to it. And with our touch, it may not be exactly what Dave Ramsey does, but we try and make it more real, more personal on that instead of doing a national radio show. I think people really like it. We're growing like crazy, and we appreciate you guys sharing the podcast, man. It's growing like crazy. It's so easy to share it on Facebook. Please follow, share us on Facebook. But that's how we grow. That's how we grow. I think Facebook's going to be the best way for us to grow even further. So, Amanda, I know you appreciate it.
Yeah,
and the live streams are coming. How many times have we said that?
You've been saying that for a year.
So we will look forward to doing that, Amanda. I know you do. All right. So long, everybody. You can find Amanda on Instagram and Twitter
Agile Amanda, and you can find me on all of your favorite social media platforms at Rockland USA. Don't forget to check out the website and subscribe to the podcast. All the links are right there on the front page, rockonthemoney.com. Please subscribe and leave comments to our podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, or even your favorite app that you got right there on your phone. Those help us out a lot. If you're ever looking for a specific topic or content that we've produced over time, just go to the website and in the search bar, just type in your topic, be it 401k, stimulus check, or anything, and everything comes right up for you. We have so much gratitude that you've taken the time out of your day to listen to our podcast while you're walking, driving, traveling, or whatever you're doing. Please send us an email. Let us know how you're doing out there. Podcast at rocklandusa.com. So long, everybody. Thank you very much again. We'll see you again next time. All opinions expressed by the host are solely their own and do not reflect the views of any company, affiliates, or advertisers. Investments or strategies mentioned in the show may not be suitable for you. Before acting on any information in the show, you should consider whether it is suitable for your particular circumstances and strongly consider seeking advice from your own financial or investment advisor.